Rebecca, we know that this company is one of the largest issuers of debt in this sector. How concerning are these missed payments?
Yes, indeed. And we've already, of course, seen some mistrust payments back late last year. Look, again, more of these payments yet to be made. Shimao unable to reach an agreement so far on extending these. I think the real question is whether Shimao's ability to sort of delay these payments among its other kind of debt trust products, its other high-yielding products, actually buys it time and frees up cash to serve its other public bonds. And that's sort of, I think, the big questions that investors are grappling with now. Shimao has two more UN bonds due this year. The next one is due in March. And then it has this very big dollar bond test, about $1 billion coming due in July. And so really the question and the focus is whether or not Shimao can, in the meantime, sort of push out some of these payments on its other types of debt, its other obligations, in order to preserve and raise cash to continue to serve those bonds. Now, if you look at the prices of some of those bonds, they are actually relatively high compared to some of the other players in this space that are also experiencing signs of stress. They're somewhere between 50, 60 cents on the dollar. So they're holding up relatively well so far.
Rebecca, we haven't talked about Evergrande for a while, but the founder, is he going to turn up to the PCC?
Yeah, indeed, that is the big question I think that people are looking at now, whether or not he arrived at the conference of this top advisory body. He was there, of course, last year, and he was at that kind of 100th anniversary celebration of the Communist Party in July. Much has happened now, and I think it's sort of, there is this question in what role Hui has been deemed to play in the demise and the collapse of Evergrande and this liquidity crisis. We look at cases like Huarong, or we look at cases of HNA, we can see that leaders, of course, are increasingly held to account when it comes to this type of sort of potentially reckless or potentially irresponsible behavior or borrowing with their firms. So, I mean, all eyes really are on whether Hui appears. Of course, some experts saying they think it's relatively unlikely unless he really is feeling confident. So if we do see him appear, it could be a sign of his confidence that Evergrande is going to survive in one form or another, and he will continue to play a very key role in the country's real estate sector.